it started on there, on the shaft. You can see it sticking through there. And I fought and fought and fought to get it on there. And then I had an idea that made it go so much easier. So the problem is that that bearing fits super tight around the shaft. And I can show you on the old one. So it's got these little raised up, I don't know if you can see that, little raised up portions all the way around. And that's made just to give it a real tight fit. And what happens is those kind of get smashed in, I guess, once the shaft goes in there, because the diameter of the bearing is the diameter of the shaft. And then you've got those little things that stick up just a little bit higher. And that's what makes it a really snug fit. Well, you're up under there and you don't have much room to shove it on there, and you don't have much leverage, not much room to work. You know, you've got your hands up in there trying to push it on there, and it just won't go. So what I did, I can show you with the old one, put the bearing down, of course, this way. I took this end, this is this outside shaft, this end of it right here is the same diameter as the steering column. So I took it, I lined my bearing up, that notch went to the bottom, so I lined it up like a shaft would be, just straight like that, and pushed this through. You know, got it to where it fit on this. Of course, on this one it fits really loose, or with this bearing it fits really loose, but it was a tight fit with the new bearing. Then I went up under there, and it was still hard to put on there, but it was much easier. And of course I indexed it, like I said, with this at the bottom, and so that put my shaft going in the same spot where this one went in, and it slid on there much easier. So now I just need to shove it up in the steering column. I don't know, we'll see if we can do that live. Not live, but you know what I'm saying. It's still a tight fit because I think the shaft goes round. Yeah, there it went. It may go round. No, I guess not. All right, we've got that lined up. I'm gonna have to have both hands. I've got it lined up though. You can see notch there, this notch, and we just need to shove it till it bottoms out right here. All right, it's shoved up on there all the way. So now, is it all the way? Yeah, it's all the way. So now we need to put our shaft in. We're going to shove it in from inside. Let's go ahead and compare the length. I don't know if we want it extended, or I think we want it compressed some. I don't know if it has to be all the way compressed. This one was, but probably would help. So we'll compare lengths. All right, so this one's compressed more than the old one was. Probably the old one would have been easier to get out if I would have compressed it just a little bit more. But my vice grips were up against the boot of the, you know, that covers it from going inside. I could have slipped my vice grips further down. So we're going to shove this up through to the outside from the inside, just like that. And we will, we're going to go ahead and start it on the inside. So we're going to shove it in and then back up into the column, and we'll bolt it in from the inside first. And then I'll probably throw my vice grips on here and we'll pull it out into the lower shaft. So I'm trying to work it up in here. Oh, it's wanting to slide out. So it's in. Let me throw the bolt in it and we'll tighten the bolt down. Y'all, before I do this, we'll slip that back out. Y'all heard that noise. That's the brake pedal making that noise. Nothing. No slop. So I really think my shaft may have been okay. I think most of the slop in mine was in the bearing. But for doing it, I really thought it was the opposite way. I thought the shaft was what had the slop in it. There we go. Oh, I still haven't found that nut. I thought the shaft was what had the slop in it, but I think it was the bearing. But if you're gonna do this job, you gotta take the shaft off to do it anyway. So that's how I felt about the bearing. I was like, well, if I'm gonna be in here, I might as well replace the bearing. But if you're gonna be in here to replace the bearing, if you're gonna be in here, you might as well do both. Let's put it that way. Because either one of them can have slop in it. And there could have been some in both. It's gonna be hard to tell though in that shaft since I've collapsed it, because that would probably take up slop in it by compressing it. All right, we're almost done. The inside's done and tight. Inside bolt's tight. What we got to do now is we got to line this up and pull this down. Went too easy. Booger the end up. Just using the wooden end. I have to turn the steering just a hair. My hands are kind of dirty. Turn it. Has to go just a hair this way. We can probably get that to line up now. Looks like we got a little slop in the gearbox too. So I think now what'll make this a little easier, I'm gonna go and put my vice grips on this shaft. So I got it started. What I'm doing now is just gently tapping it in, and so I'm going to do that until it lines up. You can see on the side we're not there yet. Can y'all see? No idea what y'all are looking at. I don't think you can see it. See, we got a little ways to go. Alright, that worked well, so now I just need to tighten that bolt down. And we are done. So, you know, like I said, the slop in this thing, I don't think was the bearing itself. It was the how it fit in the column. So maybe the Dorman that I bought, it's a little bit different design. Maybe it'll hold up a little better than this one did. Of course, Suburban's got 200,000 miles on it. So I guess I'd be happy if I could get 200,000 miles out of the Dorman, I guess. But we packed some grease in there just to give it, the bearing, a little more chance of life, longevity. And the shaft, who knows, may have been bad, may not. So don't know if it's the original. I would assume it probably is. I don't see part numbers or anything on it. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button and subscribe for more. Thanks.